What is going on, you guys? It's Extreme here, and welcome back to my road to max prestige, where I am on my 6th prestige. And again, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to max prestige this season, you guys, but I'm still gonna give it the old, I'd say college try, but fuck college. Anywho, yeah, seriously, I had no intentions of ever going to college. Anyone who's in college, I have mad respect for you, but for this guy, I'm done. Fuck that shit. So anyways, for those of you that are new around here, I want to let you guys know that every day at 12 p.m. Pacific time, I come out with a new episode of this series. So if you like what you hear, subscribe. Hopefully you'll stick around and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Anywho, really briefly, I want to announce that sometime in the next few days, I will be making a further announcement about a new series I'm going to be debuting in the next week. I don't have any specifics right this moment, so that's why I'm not going to talk about it, but I just wanted to let you guys know, expect some kind of announcement regarding Call of Duty and a new series. Just saying. Anywho, today, as promised, I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the broken really isn't the right term, and issues isn't really the right term either, because when I started thinking about some of the women I would love to share some of the stories about, I started thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized there are 3 different stories, 2 of which, there's one that actually happened to me twice, but 3 different stories involving some of the craziest women I have ever dealt with in my life. That said, let's get right into it. So the first story is probably one that some of you older guys my age, maybe even in your 20s, have dealt with, and that is the I'm pregnant. It's yours. Yes, that has happened to me twice. Now, in both occasions, I knew the chicks were full of shit. The first one, well, I knew she was full of shit from the get-go because she didn't have sex with me. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, I had sex with a friend. She seemed to think I had sex with her for some strange reason, which I didn't. Yeah. Anywho, the other occurrence happened in the last few years. I'm not going to give you an exact timeline of when it happened, but it involves somebody that claimed she just wanted to have some fun and just wanted a friend. In reality, she wanted a husband and father and all this other stuff. Well, not a father for her. She wanted someone to help her be a mother. And yeah, so she convinced me that we could have fun, and she had this whole master plan about how she was going to get pregnant and all that fun stuff. Apparently, as I've learned since then, she's done this to multiple guys, but she had me going for about 3 weeks until I asked for solid proof, and she couldn't provide it. Seriously, it's as simple as going to the doctors and getting a pregnancy test done. Hey, here you go, here's the result, you're pregnant. She couldn't do that. I don't know why, but she couldn't do that. Actually, I know exactly why. She was full of fucking shit. That's just one of the crazies I've dealt with. And again, I dealt with that twice. You'd think I'd learn the first time. Maybe it's a better idea not to. Anywho, this goes back to the whole bag your shit and know who you're getting in bed with. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So since then, though, well, even not since then, but before then, actually, there was 2 other incidents involving really fucking crazy women. One of them involved a woman who, when I was 17 years old, she was, I think, 19, 20. Well, I'm gonna be blunt. She was a nymphomaniac. I did not know this. So we had talked over the phone and the internet for about 3-4 weeks before we ever met. And when we finally met, this chick, after maybe 20 minutes of talking, hanging out in person, starts getting weird. And by weird, I mean she starts taking off her clothes in the middle of the fucking mall. I'm not making this up. She ends up full-blown stripping and fucking, like, full-on masturbating on the floor at the mall, and like, come on, you know you want to fuck me. Come on, you know you want to fuck me. And I'm like, no, I don't. I kid you not, I have never run so fast from a woman in all my life. And she chased me. She fucking chased me. Security had to tackle this poor girl to the ground, take her into custody, and I found out through the grapevine that she wound up getting institutionalized because of this. Because her issues were a little more severe than she may have let on originally. Actually, she never told me she had any kind of issues, but yeah, she had some issues. And this goes back to the crazy chick from the trolley. It was almost exactly like that, except this was scary, man. Like, if a chick started doing that and we were in private, I'm not gonna say no. But to find out that she was insatiable, like that nothing I could have done would have, you know, finished her off, if you will. Yeah, that's a little scary. At least for me, that's a little scary. So I'm grateful nothing ever happened there. But as I said, I did find out she was institutionalized because of it, and she's still in an institution, and it sucks. But that's just like, I swear to you, I have some of the best luck when it comes to women, and then I have some of the what the fuck, why me kind of luck. And this next story kind of goes in line with the last one I told you, because this chick, we met, and you should know right now, most of the women I've met over the years, I'd say 99% of them I met over the internet. So, yeah. Be careful. So, unfortunately, this story goes that I met her over a party chat line thing, and she was a year younger than me. I remember that part, and we started talking. It was just kind of nonchalant, you know, nothing crazy. And over the course of a month, things went from we're just talking, you know, seeing where things go, to apparently we're in a relationship, to apparently we're getting married, and apparently we are already married, and she's expecting a child when we finally have sex. I'm not making this up. I swear to God, this actually happened. This girl went from perfectly fine to I'm going to have your kid one way or the other. I'm not joking you. It freaked me the fuck out. Finally, what was like the final nail in the coffin was she called my house one day, and my mom answered, and she starts having a like casual chat with my mom as if she's known my mom her entire life, and they're best friends, and my mom knows about our engagement and our marriage and all this stuff, and about the fact that we're gonna try to have kids soon. And my mom's like, what the hell is going on? Because my mom rarely ever cussed. And she calls me into her room and goes, who is this girl I'm talking to? And I thought, oh fuck. Yeah, I'll deal with that. I'll deal with it. Now, for the record, you guys, I am a really nice guy. I try not to be disrespectful or hurt anybody. But when this girl freaked my mom out, I'm like, all right, I gotta do something. Like, I can't like drag this out anymore. I have to deal with it. And I tell her, like, look, you gotta stop calling my house. You gotta stop calling me. Nothing's gonna happen. I'm sorry. Just let it go. She starts bawling, and I'm thinking, fuck, man, I feel like an asshole for this. I did. I felt like a real asshole. But at the same time, I'm like, I gotta get off the phone now. And so for 20 minutes, she's crying, and for 20 minutes, I'm trying to get off the phone. Finally, I just said, fuck it. I hung up the phone. She called back, and like a moron, I answered, and she's begging me to forgive her and give her a second chance. And I'm like, I gotta go now. And I hung up the phone again. Thankfully, she never called back. She did try a few days later, but nobody answered the phone. In fact, we faked it, and we're like, this number has been disconnected or no longer in service, and she bought it. So she wasn't disabled in any way, shape, or form, by the way. She's perfectly sane. Well, okay, maybe not perfectly sane, but perfectly fine, normal young woman. Just really desperate for love and happiness, and when she, you know, any good guy that would be nice to her, talk to her, she just instantly was like, I'm in love. And that's been a recurring trend with a lot of the women I've ended up with in my life, is that they would go from everything's fine to I'm in love, and it's like, fuck, no, run away, because no. Now, my ex was just as bad. My ex-girlfriend, the one, you know, the one I broke up with, where, okay, I didn't break up with her, she kind of broke up with me. I don't know who broke up with who, but we broke up, that's all I know. She was just as bad. She had her own little issues, but hers were manageable, because her issues were, well, as you guys may know, my ex was 10 years older than me. She was 5 years older than me. We met, I was 25 at the time, I think. Let me think. Yep, she was 5 years older than me. And she acted like she was 10 years younger than me. I'm not joking. I really wish I was. I'm not joking. She acted like she was 10 years. Well, okay, not 10 years younger than me. She acted like she was 10 years younger than her actual age. So she acted like somebody who was 5 years younger than me. That makes more sense. Which isn't a bad thing, but at times she'd have her moments of maturity, but those moments were few and far between. Oh my God. She would get so fucking butthurt over the stupidest shit. I couldn't come up to see her one time because our relationship, me and my ex, it was long distance. So there were times I couldn't go see her. And she got so pissed off that I was putting my responsibilities above going to spend time with her anytime that happened. Like every time, because it would happen. You know, I would have to help my brothers with his daughter, or I'd have to take care of my little brother, something. You know, I had shit to do. I couldn't just drop it and go up there and spend a weekend with her, which in reality is I'd spend 2 hours traveling on the train, spend 5 hours chilling out, go to bed, wake up, spend a day together, go to bed, wake up, and leave the next morning. So in reality, I'd be with her for a combined total of like maybe 30 hours-ish, 35 hours max. And she would get pissy that I wasn't willing to drop everything I was doing to spend 35 hours really just sitting around watching her do nothing sometimes. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I've got a storied history of women that have issues. None as extreme as the ones I just talked about, excluding my ex. And those are some of the worst ones. In fact, those are the worst ones. There's maybe one more, but I can't talk about it because, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Until next time, adios. What I'm thrilled about is that there is no sleight of hand. I hated the mag attachment that was in Black Ops 2, and that was, again, going back to why I hated the Pick 10 system, is that they took out certain perks, and they made them attachments. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. For me, that doesn't make the game fun. That makes the game frustrating and annoying. And you have to forfeit certain perks so that you can have that faster reloading, so you can win those, you know, bigger gunfights. And then, of course, light machine guns, which, granted, in this game, they're called heavy weapons, and they're supposed to be energy weapons, so you don't need to reload, supposedly. We'll see about that when the game comes out. Again,